Today we're checking out Carnival's Mardi Gras, one of their biggest ships in the fleet. As a roller coaster on board, has tons of dining, tons of bars. Let's check it out. Let's start off with what makes the Mardi Gras ship so unique. It has a roller coaster on board. Now, Bolt is the onboard roller coaster. It costs $15 to ride. You have to make reservations in advance via the app. It's really cool because, it's really unique. Being able to ride a roller coaster up at sea. The roller coaster itself is 19 stories off the ground. So you're already pretty high up. Couple things to note. It does break down often and weather causes it not to run often. So book early and book a few times in case they cancel your time because it is not open that much. Now let's head on board to the ship. All right, we're on board the Mardi Gras. We're on deck 6, 6, 7, and are kind of your main areas of activity inside the ship. You have the Punchline, or a comedy club here, which they do quite a few comedy shows on a big sailing like this. There's almost comedy every night. Sometimes there's more than one comedy show going on. There is the piano bar also on 6. We're in port right now. It's middle of the day, so 6 is where you'll board the ship. You'll probably board somewhere right around this area here. There's an upcharged coffee shop over here, and then the grand atrium where they have all kinds of events. You can just kind of hang out here during the day. But there's also a giant stage in the back, which I'll insert some clips right now and kind of show off. During the day, they open it up so you can see the water, and at night it turns into a giant theater right here in the middle of the ship. So something that if you're not used to on a lot of cruise ships, the theater is separate. And there is a separate theater here as well. But in this one of the main spots for the shows is literally right here on deck 6. The main atrium is giant. The screens roll up during the day, so you have a beautiful multi-floor view. There's seating everywhere. You see seats here, seats down there, balcony hanging over the side. This is where they do a lot of the shows as well, out here, not just inside the theater, which is cool to see the shows out here because everyone's kind of walking by. Upcharge candy shop if you need a little extra sweet to go with all the buffet food you're eating. We are on the Mardi Gras after all, so the whole area of bars is themed to the French Quarter. We're in port right now, so I wanted to kind of show off everything while I can talk and there's not loud music blaring. I get a good view without people everywhere, but this is the Brass Magnolia, one of the bars here. I do really like how the light fixtures are trumpets. They do have different bands playing here. All the bands from the ship, I think, rotate through here, the smaller bands. So you have the acoustic duo here sometimes, you have the jazz trio here sometimes, violin players, music almost every night, I think. Also, as part of the French Quarter, you have the Fortune Teller Bar. Now, this is unique to the Mardi Gras ship, the next ship that they built similar to it, the Celebration. Currently not open, but we did enjoy some fun, kind of mystical cocktails. I'll insert that video now. I saw what that thing did earlier. I don't try. I have to test it first. This guy? Like that? Oh, you like that?
Oh, that's fancy.
There's a magic trick.
Abracadabra!
I'm gonna turn you into a frog little soup.
There is some overflow seating for Fortune Teller. Then you come over here to Emerald's Bistro, little bit interesting kind of, it is an upcharge food venue, but it's kind of like just in the middle here. Again, we're in the French Quarter area. It does look very nice. And this kind of takes us through. Well, first off, you have these really nice kind of staircases in kind of the mid part of the ship here that take you from 6 to 7 and then some from 7 to 8. There is a cooking kitchen here. We did not see this anywhere. We didn't know how to book this. Maybe I had to book this pretty far in advance and it's already sold out, so they haven't said anything about it, but it looks like a fun experience. And at the back of the ship is Palm is one of the ship's 2 main dining rooms. Many options on the ship. We actually ended up in Palm only 3 times, twice for dinner and once for breakfast. It was okay. The food, we actually liked it elsewhere on the ship a little bit better. But I will say that the sea brunch that they did, the full service sea brunch with pancakes and chicken and waffles, was really good. So we'll go up from the 6th floor to the 7th floor. Really, the 7th floor is casino, a few shops, overlooking the atrium area, as well as another entrance to the Palm Dining Room and the Fahrenheit Steakhouse. This is an upcharge steakhouse, but does have a nice stylish bar out front here. Kind of the area gets busy in the evenings as people are waiting for their tables to become ready. And then we head into the Alchemy Bar. That's kind of the main thing on deck 7 outside of the casino. The Alchemy Bar is on, I think, most, if not all, Carnival ships. And it's a really cool kind of like prescription RX style bar. Specializes in some really unique cocktails. It's one of my favorite bars on the ship. I got cucumber sunrise, which is vodka, watermelon, cucumber, lime juice, splash of orange juice. Very delicious. And she asked for something with chocolate and rum. There's even chocolate on top. One restaurant option that's included at no extra charge is Charbain, mix of Chinese and Mexican cuisine. We'll show you the menu here in a second. We checked in via the app. It told us about a 20-minute wait, and our time has come. So this restaurant combines 2 of my absolute favorite cuisines, Chinese and Mexican. And they have like 2 separate menus. They have a Mexican menu and a Chinese menu. We both ordered starters off the Mexican menu, and our mains, you'll see in a second, are off the Chinese menu. Got some super nachos to start with over there, and I got like a brisket soup over here. Restaurant's really cool vibes. Kind of simple and elegant. Let me dive into this soup. And just like that, we switched from Mexican to Chinese with some spicy kung pao chicken, served with a side of rice. And now for the chibang dessert, which looks like a brownie of sorts. Let's see if I can actually pick it up. Oh yeah, that's like a warm brownie. That's good. That was an excellent meal here. Highly recommend this place. Summer landing on 8 on the back of the ship is home to the brewery, American Heroes kind of sports bar, lounge area, ice cream, and the barbecue joint, which is self-serve during breakfast and lunch, but is a full-service restaurant during dinner. You can see right now they're hosting some kind of trivia. They have a lot of trivia and live music back here. It's a cool hangout spot with a nice full bar. This is very bourbon-based bar, so if you're like me and you like bourbon, you got bourbon smash, bourbon lemonade, some really great cocktails, as well as the beer. During the day, guys, Pig and Anchor Smokehouse and Brew House. It's available outside. You can still sit inside the Summer's Landing area. Menu is essentially the same at night. Just, I guess, people at night like to have a sit-down meal. It's pretty good barbecue. Not, the best I've ever had, but for at sea, can't complain. Pork was pretty good. Brisket was decent, had a nice kind of marinade to it. Sauces were really good. I really like the Carolina salsa. Currently closed as we are in sea, but out on the side of the ship on deck 8 is where you would find the Pig and Anchor. The ship does have an onboard brewery. This brewery is in Pig and Anchor. It makes the beer for Pig and Anchor. You can also get it elsewhere on the ship, but they also do a brewery tour. Usually it's on sea days in the afternoon. You have to book in advance via the Hub app. It does book up, so as soon as you get on board, look for those sea days, book in advance. It's around like $25, $30 a person, but you get plentiful samples. You can see here they brought out pictures of each beer for everyone to try. You get a souvenir pint glass, the ability to come back sometime later in the cruise to Pig and Anchor and get a free beer. Plus, the views from the brewery tour. I've been to a lot of brewery tours. This might be the best view. They have some complimentary games in the back corner here, and here's a little bit more look at the kind of lounge, the Heroes Lounge area. Definitely packed on Saturday and Sunday during the football playoffs. Nice spot to watch a game for sure. Comfy couches. Back area of Summer's Landing is it's really a nice pool. Currently closed because we're in port. There's enough pools open on board, so don't think all pools are closed when you're on port. There's for reference, there's a pool right there. A nice little pool, kind of nice chill area on the extreme back of the ship. And you can see something you don't see on many cruise ships, mainly just the very, very new ones. You have all kinds of balcony rooms on the back. We keep showing you our view from the front-facing balcony, but some of these back balconies are quite large and be quite the cool view. Looking down at the pool, and right now we're filming in Turks and Caicos. Pizza stand shows you them making the pizza right there while you wait. Pretty cool. One really nice feature is the pizza place and some of the other restaurants here on deck 8 have this like outside terrace. Obviously now we're in Nassau, so the view is just of an MSC ship, but it's nice. We're here in the Havana Bar. Really well themed to what you would expect in Havana. Of course, having a Cuba Libre. Love the the bar with the tile and artwork. Sure there'll be some great Cuban music later. See, I love that wall over there too, like the blue wall with all the photos of Cuba. Really cool lounge area, and this is also the entrance to the Havana experience, which is kind of like a concierge club. If you're on the ship, we'll pay extra, but the lounge at least is open to everyone. With any ship, there is a buffet area up on one of the top decks. It's actually really nice looking. I've never seen a buffet on a cruise ship look like this. One of the cool things I want to call it was they had shawarma. Again, a food item I've never seen on a cruise ship before, and it was like build your own little shawarma pockets. This was super delicious. Found on most Carnival ships is Guy Fieri's Burger Bar. This is something that's included. It is open a little bit into the dinner hour, but not super late. You can get burgers. There's a toppings bar with chili, onion rings, all the fixings. They come with some really delicious fries. Thumbs up from us. Shaq also has a restaurant on board. It's also included. Serves fried chicken. We only had the opportunity to go there for breakfast. Shaq's Big Chicken also serves breakfast. You got a honey glazed biscuit chicken sandwich here with some fries. Right over by the pool, they have these couple little street food concepts that menu changes quite a bit. They're not open all day, but it's like little snack, kind of exactly what you think of like Epcot Food and Wine style size. Of like right now it's pad thai, spicy beef, Philly cheesesteak. And some cheesesteak fries, minus the cheese. I don't eat cheese, but perfect. Like you can see, kind of my hand size. It's a nice small little snack portion. So perfect, like in between meals, meal snack while you're doing your drinking snack. Italian restaurant. Now, if you've been on some of the other Carnival ships, this one where it is sometimes an upcharge. On Mardi Gras and some of the newer ships, it is not an upcharge. Well, we'll head inside there. We had dinner there the other night. Show you some clips from inside the Italian restaurant that has a full car outside. Features a menu you would very much expect from an Italian restaurant. Giant meatballs as appetizer. We had chicken parm for our entree. The restaurant itself was really nice, kind of throwback to, you can see on the wall some photos of the original Mardi Gras ship and kind of some heritage of the Italian captains that have sailed with Carnival over the years. At lunch, they also have build your own pasta bowl. Let's check off on a list, and a couple minutes later, pasta bowl appears. You could have different kind of noodles, different kinds of sauces, different kinds of toppings. This is a first. We are at the specialty dining, and there's actually outside seating as we sail away from Turks and Caicos on our final day in port. We have a day at sea tomorrow, but it's pretty cool that there's actually outdoor dining at the restaurant here. Up on the pool deck, they have a 2-story Tiki Bar, and I was originally really impressed by this menu. It has all the classics from 3 Dots and a Dash to a Mai Tai. Pretty decent theming. I would say, though, that most of the bartenders didn't know how to make those drinks. I would order a drink, and it would be clearly different ingredients. So I think in concept, they had this great vision, but in execution, they just can't train everyone how to make these fancy drinks. I've been on a cruise before. This should look on familiar side, the standard pool. This is deck 16, 17. And I'm walking up to 18, center of the ship, with the sports activities tours the back, and Serenity, the adults only area, on the front behind me. Serenity is one of my favorite spots on Carnival ships. It's adults only. You have padded lounge chairs, oversized lane chairs. There's a bar. There's a salad bar as well, a private pool. Just a great area. Well, of course, there's a nice free benefit that you can do up on the top deck. Gives you a nice view of the ocean. You start off here easy enough, walking across kind of like a standard bridge, and it just goes downhill. Scariness from there. There's kind of like 2 courses around. You can kind of see on this initial view here. There's the simple bridge, and then there's the handrail with the beam, and it morphs over here to zip line or walk the plank. It kind of gets worse from there, experience-wise, better thrill-wise. And yes, they have lockers for your stuff. So if you're walking around with your phone or your hat or your beach bag, you can put in the locker up there. Showing off this pretty big water park kind of complex at the back, surrounded by boat. There goes nice spray of water on this chilly evening here. But you have a couple slides here. You know, you see a couple slides that come out here. You got this water feature. I mean, they're pretty high up. This is probably at least 3 stories high, including, as I kind of come around the corner here, you can see the orange slide is a drop box slide where the floor drops out from underneath you. So quite a few different options here in the back of the ship. This sailing did not have tons of kids on it. It was early January, so most kids are probably back at school. But this area has never had anyone back here. So sure, it gets busier at times when there's more families on board, but it's kind of buried in the back. So I don't think it gets as busy as some of the other pools on cruise ships are closer to the main pool. That's pretty much a standard on most cruise lines now. You'll find a mini golf course. Not too challenging, but well decorated. And under a roller coaster. So you can't really say many mini golf courses out there are A, on the high seas, and B, on a roller coaster. It's free, I should mention that. I should have led with that. Nice little free amenity at the back of the ship. I talked earlier about the shows out in the atrium, but there is actually a full theater on board where they would do other shows as well, magic shows, some of the information sessions. This is in the front of the ship. Was pretty big, didn't fill up as fast as the atrium, but still did fill up. So make sure to get there early, but you probably don't need to get there about 45 minutes or a half hour early like the atrium shows. Every floor has these really big kind of quotes, kind of about travel. There's one about roller coasters. There's one about just life in general. I really like the design here. The fun kind of colored carpets. I don't know the technical term, mosaics maybe? By the elevators here, these tile mosaics are really, really fun. Of course, every cruise has photos, and Pixels is on deck 8. But during dinner time, they're literally everywhere. Kind of walking through here, this is the grand atrium area. Showed some clips earlier, just wanted to show you from this view. Looks like they're getting set for the New Orleans celebration. They do have cool ship models, and Bolt is very much present on it. It really is a theme park at sea when the roller coaster has its own merch line. Granted, it's just a kid's shirt and a coffee mug, but it's more merch than a lot of other parks, right? Let's head inside. We are in 11207, which is a forward-facing cabin on the ship. Let's start with the view, and then we'll work our way back, because that's kind of the main attraction. This is a little bit unique of a balcony. They call it a partially obstructed view balcony, because if you're sitting on the chairs, you can't see out. But the trade-off is the balcony is really big. I mean, you have 3 or 4 feet here at least, and then 5 or 6 feet there. So this is a big balcony facing inward here at Port Canaveral. See the bridge right up above us. All right, let's head back inside and take a look at this room. Do want to point out, it doesn't usually come with this many waters. We actually did order more waters, so don't come on the ship expecting this many waters to show up. You can pre-book them. Got the couch here, some nice artwork. This is probably the newest ship I've been on. Usually I go on some of the older ships, so it's nice to kind of see this really well appointed room. You got a small size fridge here, some nice drawers. One of the things I immediately noticed right off the bat, USB, which is great because I always forget to bring my little USB adapter and I can plug straight in, so that's good to see. Always love hotels and airplanes and cruise ships that have USB. Got the bed here. Again, I like the kind of nautical blue background. Fits with the floor as well. Nice size TV. And this whole area up front here is closet. It is a 7-night cruise, so as soon as our luggage arrives, we will probably be filling this compartments up nice. I do like how there's 2, so that I can have one, my wife can have one, and she doesn't get mad at me if it's a little messy. We can look in the bathroom here. Wearing my Old Smoky Moonshine shirt. Decent sized shower too. Decent sized bathroom compared to some of the older ships I've been on. So that's a kind of a look at the room here. I do want to show a couple other little things here. USB ports by the bed, which is always clutch. I do like how they have little things. Someone is definitely thinking there of like people set their phones near the bed and they don't want them all the way on the ground. So that's someone doing some good thought there as they're planning. I also like how there's light switches right by the bed there to control everything. So that's a view of the room here. Forward facing, great view right now of Port Canaveral, but I'm sure as soon as we set sail, I'll mix in some views of our straight on balcony. It should give us some pretty good views because the captain's like 2 floors above us and he has the same view.